Hey guys, Riley with Riley's Marine here. I want to show you some things to look out for before you buy a Yamaha. One of the first things to check on any Yamaha outboard, it doesn't matter the horsepower, is the timing belt. Yamaha recommends changing the timing belt every 10 years or 1,000 hours, whichever one comes first. A lot of people neglect this service, and that can lead to a timing belt snapping, and when that happens, it's catastrophic engine damage. It's usually not worth fixing it. An easy way to check is just look at the timing belt. See if it has any cracks or anything on it. This one looks pretty good. Another thing that happens a lot on these Yamaha outboards is the cowling latches. They will get seized. If they get seized, you cannot get the engine cowling off. And if you cannot get it off, to lubricate everything, the only thing you can do is, and this is what Yamaha actually recommends doing, is you take a hole saw to the side of your engine cowling, cut a hole just to remove all the bolts so you can take it all apart. And then once you get it all apart, you buy a new engine cowling. So make sure none of these are stuck or seized or difficult to move. Make sure they move freely. Something else to look for is look for power trim and tilt leaks. It is very common on almost any Yamaha, any horsepower, any year for these to leak. These bottom two ones, I'd probably say are the most common, but they are easy to replace. This top one tends to leak a lot too, and that one's a little more involved. Another thing to look for is see the rust all around the power trim and tilt motor. Look for that. If you're seeing rust, it's not going to stop. It's going to keep on rusting, and it'll eventually get to the point where you have a hole through your motor and you'll have to replace that. That is a costly repair. Now here are some very, very common issues that are just for these 3.3 liter Yamahas. This means the 200, the 225, and 250 from about 2003 all the way up until 2018. A lot of people know about this problem, but it's your exhaust midsection. Another problem that can be an issue on these Yamaha 3.3 liter outboards is the oil pump. And that requires pulling the power head, and you have to put a ready sleeve on it. It is not a small job to do. If someone has service history of that being done, that is great. So as far as the exhaust corrosion, that is also something that's a little bit of work to check, but we're actually going to check it today. I want to show you how to check it yourself. In order to check the exhaust housing, you have to do what they call scoping the midsection. In order to do that, we have to take the lower unit off. So grab your 14 wrenches and crack all of your lower unit bolts loose. Take this rubber cap off, 12 millimeter on an extension, go down here, take this bolt out. While we're at it, this is something else that can also happen on a lot of Yamahas. The bolt will get seized in the anode and you have to just replace the bolt and the anode. It's kind of a pain in the butt, and this is currently happening. All you can really do is force it out, then replace it. So if you look at the bolt, you can see it actually pulled the threads out of the anode, and that is pretty common on these Yamahas. So after you get the anode out, you're going to have two 14 millimeter bolts going upwards. You got to get out. One's longer than the other. Just keep track of which one's which. Now just take the lower unit out. Before we get any further, this is something to look at. If you look at the grooves right there in the lower unit, what those are from is that bushing right there being worn out and broken, and it causes grooves. Now with the lower unit off, we can actually look up inside the exhaust housing and check for an exhaust corrosion. Typically, exhaust corrosion will look like it actually looks like the surface of the moon. It's like a lot of dips and craters, but you'll see a lot of white spots on it too. So if we grab our flashlight and we look up inside there, you can see that everything looks good on there. So that's nothing to really concern about, because that tube in the middle will usually be corroded, that plate right there will be corroded. Everything on this looks pretty good. So the exhaust corrosion issue that everybody talks about. If you say you have one of these motors, it's the first thing someone will bring up. In my opinion, it only really is an issue on the early year ones. If I took a guess, maybe 03 to 07. Don't hold that 07 mark to me. But this one being a 2013, in my opinion, it's the better ones and they don't really have the problems. So I didn't think this motor would have the issue, and it's pretty good that it doesn't. So another thing to look out for on these 3.3 liter Yamahas is, this is especially the older ones, the cylinder heads will corrode and they actually like crumble apart, and what will end up happening is your head gasket will go bad and you'll start getting milky oil. So always check the oil. Yamaha has a 3-dip rule too. So if you look, I just checked it. See how it's nothing on the stick? Now watch this. No edits. Now see where it is on the stick? So Yamaha's rule is 3 dips. First dip is to break the suction, then second dip is to check it, third dip is to confirm it. Also another rule of thumb on a Yamaha, you have the 2 dots, you never fill the oil all the way up. Full is too full, you want to fill it 3/4 of the way. But anyway, oil looks good, no milkshake, it looks clean. That could be good or bad. Someone might have just changed it, but most likely it is fine. So overall, these outboards are not that bad. I actually really like them. I always compare them to like the 6.0 Power Stroke of the outboard world. Everybody loves them. They're everywhere, but everyone knows they have issues. Once you fix those issues, they're okay, but people still love them. It's kind of what these are. And I would say the Achilles heel of this motor is the exhaust corrosion. It could also be the cylinder heads, but those are the major things to watch out for on these. Overall, if you're looking at buying one of these, if you check all these kind of things, you most likely will have an okay engine. Aside from checking the normal stuff that you would on anything, you know, compression, that kind of stuff. But these are all just like quirks of this particular engine. But I did find a couple other issues that are much less severe, much more minor, much easier to fix.